In this series of videos we will be looking at projects which bridge the gap between crafting and larger scale creations. Today we will be looking at making tiles from AC100 and their fixing techniques. Everything I say has been written and reviewed by the team at Jesmonite. They have chosen to use me, an AI bot, as I can aid translation, making these videos widely available to our audiences around the world, and for ease of editing. Start by choosing a silicone mold of your choice. Mix the AC100 in the normal way, using a 2.5:1 ratio of powder to liquid. Use a high shear mixing blade for best results. You can then choose the finish you require, it could be terrazzo or marble effect, etc. Today we are going to add Glass Roxx. Add the Glass Roxx to get your required effect, hand mixing them into the AC100 mix. Pour the Glass Roxx and AC100 mix into a clean dry mold. Make sure you pour steadily and cover the whole surface to the required depth. Once poured, tap or slap the mold to release any air bubbles. You could also use a vibration plate to aid this. Just hold the plate against the side of the mold to release the bubbles. Move it around the edge of the mold for greatest effect. Once cured, remove the tile from the mold. As this tile is using AC100 and Glass Roxx, it will need sanding to reveal the effect. If you are using AC730, you would need to acid etch to reveal the final finish. Once the final effect has been achieved, it is time to seal the tile. We are using the Jesmonite Acrylic Sealer with AC100. If you are using AC730, then we would recommend using FlexiGuard Sealer. Dilute the acrylic sealer with 10 to 20% water. The dilution aids the bonding process, especially with the first coat. Once diluted, brush on with a good quality brush, and then smooth it off with a sponge to remove brush marks. When it is touch dry, apply the second coat. Do not allow to dry completely between coats. Several thin layers is preferable to one thick one. When tiling with Jesmonite, you should treat it as you would any other tile, the technique is the same. For this example, we are fixing 3 tiles above a sink to form a splashback. First, prepare the surface by making sure it is clean and dry. Then paint on some SBR bond to help with adhesion. Next, apply the tile adhesive to the wall, using a trowel and float. Then groove the surface using a grooved trowel. Next, apply the tile adhesive to the back of the tile. Ensure full coverage of the surface and finish with a grooved trowel. Then gently put the tile in place, using spacers to ensure you have regular gaps between the tiles. Give the tile a final, firm push to ensure the adhesive bonds together. Then leave to set for the time indicated on the tile adhesive instructions. This is what it looked like when dry and ready for grouting. When grouting, push the mix into the gaps using a trowel, then smooth off any excess. Finally, finish with a damp sponge to remove any last residue. This is the finished tiling. You can use the same method for larger tiles or even splashbacks. As you can see, it is easy to make tiles from Jesmonite. The many different effects that are possible from the crafting world can be used to make personalized, bespoke pieces for the kitchen and bathroom. In the next video we will be looking at how easy it is to cast larger pieces to make splashbacks for your home.